got a little Yamaha 4-stroke, 4 horsepower kicker on here today, which I actually like on here. It's not too bad. I usually use a little 3 horsepower, an old Johnson, Evinrude actually, I think it is. But today I decided to use this little 4 horsepower Yamaha, which is a 4-cycle or 4-stroke. So it's a bit quieter. I've been working on a couple of engines out here this morning. It's a really beautiful day today. This is a Yamaha 4 horsepower. It's a 2002 model, but it hasn't been used in years. Laying in a barn. I got it when I got that Com-Pac 16 right there. And that Com-Pac 16 hadn't been used in years either. I mean, like years, several years. And this motor as well hadn't been used in quite a few years. And it was just in the barn, laying on a pallet covered with the pallet had like a blanket thrown across it, and this motor was just laying on it. So it's covered with dust on the outside, but the inside is clean. I just hooked up some fresh fuel to it and was going to see if I could get it to crank. And it was, at first I thought it was locked up. But fortunately, I think what has happened is that the previous owner had put it away with the cylinder, top of the piston behind the spark plug filled with oil. So I think what evidently happened was it was just stored, turned on the wrong side of the engine, and crankcase oil, ran out of the crankcase around the valve or whatever and got into the top of the piston and hydrolocked it. So, which in a way might even be a good thing, because since it was not used for like 10 years, it may have kept the valves from rusting or the cylinder wall from rusting out of the piston. So I think that it was just stored with the cylinder full of oil. So I'm fixing to pull the cord on it now and to blow out the rest of the oil off the top of the piston. In other words, it was waterlocked. I guess you could say you can't compress the liquid, so it couldn't turn over because it was full of oil. But as clean as this engine looks, this engine should just fire right up. It's got an onboard little tank, and it's also got where you can hook it up to an external tank, and then it's just got a bypass under here where you can switch to either tank. I'm going to see if this thing will turn over. It's going to blow oil everywhere. I'll clean that up. But yep, that was what it was. Pulls easy now. Good deal. Just as I had hoped and thought. I'm going to let that just run on down there, since it had already started leaking out before I realized it was going to, and then I'll just lay some paper towels on top of that water and clean that oil up. It'll all float on top, so it won't be too difficult to get off the water. I was just running a 2-stroke engine in the same water anyway, so there's already going to be some oil in the water from the 2-stroke engine I was just running. On the other little engine I was working on, I had to replace the kill switch on my little 3 horsepower Johnson, my old 2-stroke motor that I normally use, like on a little boat like this. The kill switch had quit working, and I was having to use a screwdriver to short it out to cut it off. So I repaired that this morning, so that's done. So this is cool. I've just got to clean up all this oil here and give it a crank. Right, so I got most of the oil off the water. Like I said, there's going to be a little bit in emulsion or whatever down in it from running that 2-cycle earlier. Ready to crank it. So we'll hook up fuel to it. Got choke pulled out, and I'm going to see if it'll crank. It'll probably take quite a few pulls to get it to crank the first time because of that oil residue that's still going to be in there. And if it doesn't fire pretty quick, it's probably going to end up fouling the plug with that oil. I did clean it good before I put it back in. So we'll see how it goes, but it should crank. Well, it took a few pulls to get the gas through it and to get it to fire. I think I pulled it 7 or 8 times. Got it on choke right now because it hasn't been running years. But it cranked. Fired up really good. It even idles. Dead idle after first cranking it. Dead idle. Got a good stream of water coming out of it. All that oil is from where it dumped out of the piston earlier, and also from that two-stroke circulation making it come to the top. But that's a good thing. I'll be able to get it up. So that's after, I think he said it's been sitting for about 10 years. And she fired right up and is idling beautifully. That motor's like brand new. It's dirty on the outside. As you can see from the cover there, you know, it's just been sitting in the barn, not covered up. But it's been out of the sunshine and out of the weather completely. And can't beat that. And that's the same spark plug. I didn't even put another spark plug in it. I just cleaned that one. Real pleased with this little 4 horsepower Yamaha 4-stroke. I just got the gas cut off of it, make it run dry. Carburetor runs dry right this minute. It should cut off any minute here. It's got a built-in tank, fuel tank, but it's also got remote tank connection, so I can use it with the tank or without. Run real good. Run real good.